Is we live?
We just pop in.
We just pop in whenever we want to and do what we want to
do. That's right. That's how we gotta do it. So how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, it's hump day. So I'm actually, excited for the rest of the week to be over so I can just move on with my weekend and get it popping.
Right. I see. We got to get to the best beard on YouTube because we got to see what's going on.
And, we're going to have to talk about beards in a minute.
Right. Beards is a hot topic.
How you been?
I've been well, a little allergies, but I'm here.
I understand completely. It don't get no worse than down here in the South where you see that yellow green muck on your car. I saw it the other day and I start panicking. So
wow. I probably won't be able to breathe.
It's hard to breathe unless it's raining. So I can appreciate the rain during the time. So in breaking news, did you hear about Campbell coming?
I didn't hear you. What happened? I think our audio is going in and out on my end.
Let me see. Is it better now?
Wait, go ahead. Talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Did you hear about Tevin Campbell?
No, what Tevin done did?
No, he did nothing really, but they said he came out as gay.
He just came out. Wait a minute. See,
that's
now,
what everybody's saying.
See, I used to get into arguments with my friend. This girl, she used to love Tevin Campbell. I'm not going to mention her name, but she used to love him. And I was like, he's gay. And she would be like, get out. Like, she was serious. And I was like, when can we talk? When he was out there trying to act like he's with Ashley from the Fresh Prince. And this is how long this was. And I knew from then, I was like, he's gay. She was like, no, he's not. I'm like, he ain't into you, girl.
It's hard. I mean, I don't think that I never thought about it. It's not something I thought about, but I'm not necessarily surprised.
Yeah, it's just I thought that was something that was known. Like you came out like.
But I don't. Do you think it's necessary for people to come out, or just themselves? Or
I don't think. Well, me personally, I don't think it's necessarily. I think if you want to say what you are to be definitive, that's okay. But if you don't, fine.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to you. I mean, I don't think like that's just like Queen Latifah. You know, if she ever do, let us know something. I mean, we already know.
But Tevin is a national treasure because that I hope Tomorrow Can Bring has been sung across graduations. Because I sung that in 5th grade, no, in kindergarten graduation. I still remember.
And if I hear "Can We Talk" one more time, I'm gonna scream.
Right.
I've heard it so many times.
It was a funny story that one of my friends used to work in a bank downtown, and she said Tevin Campbell came in and he was online, so she got excited because she's old like me though. So she was like, Tevin, she's like, she's in her 40s. So that was Tevin was, it was like Tevin, I'll be sure, like that was who we was like checking for. And so she was like, she's behind the bank teller, so he's coming in. She's like, oh my God, Tevin's on my line, Tevin. He comes up, so he was like, he passes the slip like he went to take out like $10. So she was like, $10. So she said she went to the bank account. She said he only had like $50 in his bank account. And I was like, you should get fired for telling me this, but okay.
Well, maybe that wasn't his only account. Maybe
probably not. But she said he looked it real down and out, but she was still excited because it was Tevin. Like,
but you know how they took their money back in those days.
Yeah, like I said, the singers that really had the talent back in the day, I wish that they had the opportunity that these singers have now. Because it's sad to see like some of them because they're very talented. Like today, everything is microwavable. You put a video up on something now, you're famous. Like,
right, with social media, things are different. Back then, you really had to have talent. You really had to be.
I wish some of those artists had the opportunities that these artists have.
Yes, but I think back then, superstardom was a thing. Like Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Prince, they were superstars.
But like opportunities. Speaking of opportunities, did you hear the baby is back on the rolling back on where he got kicked off?
Yeah, I mean the only reason why they took him down is for the backlash, and then once the backlash dies down, then you're back to what I mean. I don't care what you do, to be honest. But while we got you on the topic, why do you have on at your concert, people taking off your pants and then you getting
right. Because I saw that video you put up.
That to me, that didn't make no sense. Hold on, let me
he's trying to act like a Bobby Brown, like because Bobby Brown did do something like that back in the days. Now Bobby Brown, now he could get away with it. I still love Bobby. Bobby is the king of R&B. I don't care.
I mean, I don't know. I don't listen to his music, so I can't tell you what song.
Yeah, I don't really listen to the baby's music either. I know like they have put a post up like the LGBTQ plus community is very upset. They feel like they've been slapped in the face. The baby's back on it. I was like, wow.
I mean, people need to stop getting offended with everything that's going on in the world.
Yeah, because we have bigger fish to fry, actually.
Yeah, it's flooding the news, so I'm just gonna show this on my screen. This is the baby concert of him getting his pants ripped off.
And who is these? Where is your mama?
I mean, these are grown women, I'm assuming. I'm sure he's not bringing younger, underage people on stage.
I don't care. Like, I'm 43 and I wouldn't do that.
But it's weird. Isn't it weird? Because you have like an all-male entourage. You was just talking about people, doing things in the parking lot. But yet you're willing to dress in front of all these people on stage and then let somebody rub on you and get under the sheets.
But these women, like especially her as a plus size woman, I hate how they get up there and exploit them.
Mm-hmm.
Like you sit there and you want to put me on stage to rip your pants off, but you see who he's sleeping with, and who having babies with. Ain't none of one. You're like Drake. Yeah, I like BBW. No, the fuck he don't.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like
he like
stop lying, and these girls get happy, and then they want to embarrass themselves and put themselves out there like this, and you look a fool. This man will never look at you. He wouldn't look at you seriously. Never.
But that's why that's why he brought her on stage, because it would be like, I guess, a joke.
Yeah, but for you to put yourself out there, like, come on now, like, but look at this.
Yeah, I mean,
Lord.
It just looked like a failed attempt to sell some tickets. What are you really doing? If you're gonna do all that, just open up an OnlyFans.
You can't look at this no more. You can't take me overboard. You can't look at this no more.
That wasn't even supposed to be a topic today. We weren't even supposed to discuss him. The main thing that I wanted to discuss with y'all, and it's something that people have asked me my opinion on, is this colorist behavior caught on tape on your own podcast of Jezebel and Robert talking about James Harden. And you know who James Harden is, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so
I used to watch basketball.
Play the audio. You said what?
I used to watch basketball.
You said used to?
Yeah, I used to. Now catch it. Like I used to be like into it, like hard, like, but then I catch it now. Like if my husband's watching it.
So let me play it from the beginning, and let me play the sound for this one.
Yes, going from the Nets to the Sixers. But do the Sixers really know that's James Harden? Because no one can see his face. Because that beard is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. The other day, I was like, who is this dude? Oh, it's Harden. But how would you know? That beard is like down to his knees. There's fried chicken in it. So I don't even notice it anymore. But like that beard look is gone. Are we done with that? I don't think so. Listen, his is clearly not. Yeah. He clearly loves his beard. He does. I want it to be gone. I just hope it's sanitary. You know, anytime I see them, I automatically know and feel in my gut that there's fried chicken in their beards. Fried chicken, grease, watermelon. There's some Coke 45 in there. Oh, watermelon. God, I'm being real racist. This is horrible. Let me just stop on my head. Coke 45. James Harden, I bet some blood. Definitely some blood. It's some blood. Oh, the whole thing smells like. Okay, I didn't know these folks. We're really sorry. Harden, cut the thing off. Yes.
So, what do you think, Mace?
I am.
Before I talk about it, what do you think?
I feel it's a light skin privilege because like you're already out there for being colorist. Like even if it wasn't true, people have already stated and felt that you were colorist, like, you know, the green eye bandits, you know, whatever, you treat the brown skinned girls crazy, you know, whatever. And this was already the narrative that was put out there on you guys, even if it wasn't true. You understand? So now that you sit there and you have a platform like this, you're going to discuss this black man's beard like this and say, as a black person, you know, watermelon, fried chicken, and anything of that sort is considered racist to us. Or like, what are you trying to say? You understand? Like, so why would you, as someone who's already been suspected of being a colorist, mention something like that, or even say something like that's kitchen table talk? Because honestly, he has a lot of beard, and I was like, he on that thing, like it's a lot, and it doesn't look groomed all the time. But they shouldn't have sat there and spoke about that man's beard like that, putting chicken grease and weed in it. Weed, he is a basketball player. Like, why would you say that?
And that was stupid because, you know, basketball players get tested, and
like, why would you say that? I think it was just very. Like, at this point, is it deliberate? That's the question.
This is coming from the same person who, you know, I don't like Jezebel or Robert at all. I think they're both trash. But colorist allegations came up at the reunion. I was one of the people that said, I don't really see colorism. I just think that they're, you know, trash, but I don't see colorism. This is a prime example of colorism. And people are using the fact that Giselle is married to a dark-skinned man, or Robert is roommates with a darker-skinned guy, that as an excuse is they're not colorists. But they're very much colorists. They used every single type of racist remark that they could find. Any stereotype. Did they miss a stereotype? Because it seemed like they put
that was just baffling to me. That was the point. I'm like, you or like, ooh, I don't think you should be saying that. Like,
and if it was white women saying the same things, it would be racist.
Right.
It would be. How bad it was. And
but it's still racist. I think what she said was racist. I think the statement was very racist. I think they have light skin privilege, and sometimes that's not a fault of them. It's how society treats them, because sometimes like you just think you can say something, you can say certain things because of your skin tone, and then not be deemed the same way as someone else saying it. Because I can't figure any other way for you to sit there and get on that platform and speak about that man like that in a racist, negative way.
It was very racist. I mean, granted, you don't have to like the way he looks. You don't have to find him attractive or anything. But for you to say, "Oh, it probably smells like weed," that's
right, because there's a lot of white men with beards. I don't see them saying that their beards would smell like weed.
Exactly.
You wouldn't say that. So I believe that their statements was very racist. It was ignorant and it was racist. It was racist first, then it was ignorant, because you know better. As a black woman, and isn't her father some type of civil rights leader or whatever?
Right. And it's always the civil rights activist. It's like even Portia.
And Robert, we saw her DNA test. She persuasion. We got the evidence, but she thought it's about I'm black. I'm girl.
Who Jezebel is persuasion?
I'm Robin.
Robert, yeah.
Yeah, Robertson.
I like Robinson.
That's Robinson. You gotta give her a strong name. She's strong. But those statements was definitely colorist. They was very racist and colorist. Very. Did you freeze or did I freeze? Are we frozen?
We're back.
Okay. But those statements was racist. There's no other way to put it. There's no way around it. Once you start mentioning watermelon and fried chicken grease and weed, we know what you're trying to say. So yes, racist.
And I'm not surprised at all. And I don't put nothing past them. But I feel like this is gonna be Robert's last season. I feel like there's no coming back. Giselle could probably squeeze her way out of it because of her kids. Her kids are gonna be the ones, I promise you, getting her together this next season.
But they're always getting her together, and she's
Wendy's
still on
gonna
my
have
list.
a field day with this. Karen and them made up, so I don't know how Karen's gonna approach it, but I know Wendy and Candace are gonna have a field day.
Yeah,
they're gonna
does
have a field
Candace
day.
still have a job at this point?
Speaking of Candace, it was heavily rumored. We did report about it before, but after that, the rumors kept going that Candace was getting fired. And recently, I heard everybody got their contracts, but I think what was happening was the same thing as what happened to Nene. Candace was holding out for more money than what she was being offered.
Right.
I
gotta get up for 1 second. Give me 2 minutes. It was half a minute.
Mm-hmm. So Candace was being offered a smaller amount of money than what she wanted, and she was holding out because she was posting things, being cryptic, and being online, saying things like when one door closes, another one opens, and I'm so sick of this, and I'm ready to move on to the next chapter. But it has recently been reported that she is returning in some capacity, and it's also been reported that her husband has finally got a job. So good for them. I'm glad that he got a job. It's at a restaurant in downtown DC. So
so he has a real job now.
He has a job. I think I don't know if he's the manager or the sous chef at this restaurant on top of
He's
this
probably
hotel.
A sous chef. He's the sous chef because he be cutting those fruits.
Also,
his food does look good. I'm not going to even. I've seen him on Instagram. His food does look good sometimes.
I haven't seen him do anything like significant yet.
Yeah, it's nothing like spectacular. You'd be like, wow, that's a chef. You just be like, oh, that's a sous chef. Like he's giving very much so sous chef.
And speaking of Potomac, we do have to offer prayers for Mia.
Oh, Mia, right.
So if for all of you who don't know, Mia recently shared on her page about her cancer scare.
Yeah.
That she's currently dealing with. So she wrote on her Instagram that she had to go back to the doctor, to the cancer specialist. She was referred to the cancer specialist, and she hasn't been given a diagnosis as of yet. But she's being hopeful and asking for prayers. So we're all sending prayers up.
Yes, prayers definitely up for Miss Mia.
I don't wish cancer on anybody.
Yeah, because that waiting is a very scary situation. Because probably like 3 years ago, I got a mammogram done, and they said they saw a mass. So and then you have to wait. I think it was actually probably a week or to have the next procedure done to see, and then it's another week. So it's like probably like a 2 week process, 2 to 3 week process. But it's just the waiting game. So it's just the waiting, like, oh my God, what is that? Oh my God. Then you're looking at your body because your body's, you like, oh my God, it just feels like your body turns on you. Like, So it's a terrible feeling. So I only can imagine, like, I hope everything turns out right for her.
Me too. I wish nothing for the best. She has young kids, and that I know this is going to be part of her storyline for the next season of Potomac. But I hope it's not too sad. I just hope that she has a final positive resolution with this.
Yes,
I wish her all the best. And the last thing, that was all for the Potomac news. There was another reality show rumor going around. I hope it's not true. I don't want it to be true.
What?
But I don't know if you've heard that they're saying the rumors are that
yes, I heard this. No.
Jenny Mott is allegedly supposed to be replacing Candy on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, for me personally, they just shove Jenny Mott down our throats all the time.
Jenny Dark meat, my no.
Yeah, I gave her for that comment.
Yes, you will always be Jenny, dark meat, my
She said that she liked her dark meat on the side, and then
right on the side.
Yeah, on the side, but she liked to eat her white meat. And while she was with her white husband, as soon as she was done with him, she went back to that dark meat.
Right.
And now you want to be a housewives of Atlanta.
I don't see it for her there. I don't want her there. I want her back on her original show that I used to watch. That used to come on the Style Network. I don't know if any of you remember. She used to go around and shop for people and do she was a stylist. She would go like ambush people and take their clothes and put them in a chute, and the clothes would suck up in the chute, or they messed up clothes. And she would take them shopping and buy them clothes. That's the only thing I want to see. I want to see her do. I don't even want to see her on the real. No.
I never saw that show. The only time I ever really watched E was Joan Rivers was on there with her show.
Yeah, this was not even the E network. It was actually the Style Network. This maybe was about 20 years ago. She used to have a show. She used to ambush people in New York and stop them. Your friend or people would call and be like, "Look, my friend is tacky. You need to come and get rid of her clothes. She's been wearing this muumuu for 20 years." So she would come and take their clothes and put it in the chute. And it was just a chute for me, because the chute used to suck all the messed up clothes up. And then she'd buy them a new wardrobe and teach them how to have staple pieces. Always have a white blouse, have some black slacks, your repertoire or whatever. And that's the only thing I want to see her do. I don't want to see her do anything else.
I'd rather see her do something like that, because she does look good in this picture. But at the same time,
she started off as a stylist. She was a stylist.
I do not want to see her on No Housewives, because this season that's coming up has already finished wrapping. So Candy is going to be on that season.
Right.
So they're talking about the season next. Usually we don't hear about the following season until after the season reunion ends. So I think it's probably premature, but they're talking about Ed and Jenny Mai.
I don't see it for her.
I'd rather them add. It's so many others down here they can add. I wish they would add Monica, or I don't know, maybe Toya or Lee Toya from Destiny's Child. Somebody else.
Yeah, it's somebody, but not her. Bye. I do not see it for her. No.
So hopefully that rumor is not true. Another reality show, your favorite person, Nene Leakes, got a new show.
See.
But it's not really what you want it to be. It's not really what I would want to see.
What Nene the other thing doing? She better not be doing one of these again. She better not be giving this again.
To me, this is a step down for me. To me, it is a step. So if you haven't heard, they're planning on doing a College Hill reboot.
Right, I did hear that. But what Nene got to do with this?
So basically, this show is about celebrities, washed up celebrities who are going back to college. So basically, it's just like an old, what was that show on VH1? So not Surreal Life. I think it was Surreal Life.
So basically, she's pulling Nikki Parker. She trying to go back to college.
And it's not just Nene. It's a weird group of people.
But Nene, and I was just thinking about Nene earlier today. I was like, what Nene going to do?
So this is it right here. This is the cast of the new College Hill reboot. It's Nene Leakes, Lamar Odom, Dream Doll, Big Frida, and Ray J.
See, they threw Ray J in this.
It's just you just throwing everybody into a pie.
Yeah, it's a big mix. Now, this does seem a little interesting. I'm not going to even hold you, because Ray J makes things interesting.
But y'all supposed to be going to college. None of these people, no offense.
Is she college student? Is she college student?
She always used to brag about her going to college, but she never talked about finishing.
Right, because that's how I was about to ask. Is Nene college? Did she graduate college?
She always talk about, I went to college. I don't really want to see Nene.
Yeah, but a lot of people went. They went right by. A lot of people went.
Yeah, they're gonna be getting their associates or whatever. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be their first drop into college. And it's not fair to they're going to some HBCU. I think it's in Tennessee.
I think I'm gonna watch this. I think it would be. I'm gonna find it funny. And is this Lamar Odom?
Oh, this is via Jasmine Brand, and that is Lamar Odom, who's been on every reality show he can pop on. He bounced from show to show, so he really want to be seen. All of these people want to be seen really bad, especially
right. And yeah, Nene, and that's so funny. I was thinking about Nene earlier, and I was like, what is Nene gonna do? Like, because Nene was the it girl, because whatever. But when you come down to the real, are you really talented?
Not without Housewives.
This is what I'm saying. Like, because a lot of people, like, the same thing with, because said for like Sherry Shepherd. Sherry Shepherd everybody was gung-ho, go Sherry on Wendy's show, because it was Wendy's formula. You understand? Mm-hmm. So can you hold it down alone? It's the same thing to say with Nene. Like, Nene, you were hot on the Housewives, but can you make it in Hollywood? Can you make it, you said you was an actor, you was a thespian, you did this, you have a SAG card, you out there. So what happened, Nene?
I think she's really wants the spotlight, and I think that maybe she need to get with Carlos King, but I don't know if she burned that bridge too. And maybe y'all can figure out a show, because he's the one popping with the shows right now.
Right.
And he's the one getting the shows together, the black shows together. So maybe you need to get with him instead of trying to get on College Hill. And I'm sorry, this is ruining College Hill for me, because
they shouldn't even call it College Hill.
Call it something else.
They should have called it Over the Hill.
Over the Hill School, or
Over the Hill,
Night School, or Charm School, or something.
Third Time Around,
Second Chance,
all that. But they shouldn't even name the College Hill. They.
It's a weird group of people, and they're all different ages. Some people, some people in their 50s, and some people.
But sometimes it's like that, because I went back to school later, and you get thrown in because I was in there like the teacher was 25, like 25, like the teacher. So I'm like, but I think it would be interesting to see.
She was hating on Candy's show. She was making comments about how boring it was. Did you see that?
Yeah, well,
you already know.
Like, I don't know what it is, and I always thought that Nene and Candy would get along. Like, I thought they
never got along. This is
what I'm saying. They never got along. But when Candy was coming, I was like, maybe her and Nene would hit it off. But it's so like they're like oil and vinegar. They do not mix.
Because both Alpha and Nene wants to be Alpha all the time. So she likes to have those submissive Cynthia types around her.
You think that Nene's, because I always say Nene is like a low-key hater. She's one of the women you could give everything in the world to. She could have everything at her fingertips, and she will hate on it. But that could be a lot of her downfall. You understand? Like, because you had everything at your fingertips. You were the it girl. You understand? Like, at the time, but you're very Candy. I think Candy, because Candy came on the show. Candy was already Candy. Candy was making money. Candy is a songwriter. Candy, Candy's this, Candy's that. So, and I think it was a lot of that when she came on the show.
It was a lot of when Candy started trying to help Kim, it became a problem. And remember,
she wanted to sing and all types of stuff. Like, oh my gosh, she just was. They could have named this show "Tardy for the Party."
Nene would never go for that. She would never sign up for that. I promise.
Party for the Party 2.
It should be something else, because as a fan of the original College Hill franchise, this is not a reboot. If you're changing the whole formula.
That's what I thought, because I thought this was going to be college age students going to college and like College Hill, but just up Nene down to the thing. No, Nene, no.
Something else. I think y'all need to call it something else and put it on BET Plus. And
what Lamar out Lamar
he don't look like he can read a whole book.
This is what I'm saying. Because he had the incident down to the Bunny Ranch and he was in a coma. His brain oxygen to the Lamar. I don't know if this is the avenue you may want to go down. Like, I don't think. Don't he owe his baby mother money for her son's college and you going to college? Like, real?
Well, this is why he's doing all these shows, probably because he does owe all that money. So
yeah, but if I was his son, I'll be sitting somewhere with my arms folded, like you going down to the college on TV, and I'm trying to get to college, and my college.
They're not really going to college. They're not really going to class. They're not really studying. Like they're not. It's College Hill. It was about their actual student life, going to the HBCU.
I liked College Hill. Like,
that was some. It was relatable to a lot of people. A lot of people enjoyed it. This is not really reality for college. You know, going as a celebrity. And I saw the video of Nene strutting in like she was a celebrity. Everybody taking pictures of her. That's not college.
Like, and girl, nobody ain't taking no pictures of you. Like,
well, people were surrounding her.
She hired them people. They put them people there.
They had probably heard that she was coming to campus. But if I was on campus, and I would keep going because.
Right, I'm like anybody.
I'm late for class, and then
right, girl.
After class, I'm going to my dorm and go to sleep.
Right, I'm gonna take a nap. Like it was a good night.
But that's supposed to be. It's already in production. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is your favorite person because I can't person. You want to talk about this person?
Kanye.
Kanye.
Because this is the Gemini update. When we get our stuff together, we're gonna have the Gemini update.
Because y'all crazy. Admit that y'all are crazy, please.
Yeah, I know I'm crazy. I don't know if he knows he's crazy though. I think he knows. I think it's like something that and you just know. But I think that I think this video that he made with the claymation, like it was like very dark, and he said it was artistic. But art is subjective. Let's say that.
It looked demonic. It really looked weird. It looked uncomfortable to watch. It doesn't look like something that I find entertaining.
Yeah, it was a little much because you took this man's head and had it buried on a hill, like, and you had a shovel with them space boots. The boots alone scare me. Like, I'm scared of the boots. Okay, those space boots scare me. Like, if I seen them space boots coming to me in the dog, like, no, they're very scary. But I think, and then he wrote this poem, Dead.
Mm-hmm. And what was that poem really about? Because I heard a portion of it that he was dead and people was throwing bread on his grave and stuff.
Yeah, I think that was his trying to be artistic way of saying that he was like, he's basically sleepwalking, like he was dead inside. Like people tried to wake him up, but he really wasn't awake. I don't know if he's trying to call Kim Kardashian a viper. But that's how I took it.
I think she's a succubus.
Yeah, like a succubus, a viper, or a barracuda. Like
she was the energy out of a black man.
Yeah, like you took all my bread. You spent all my bread. You was going through my money, like.
But he's still trying to get her back, though.
At the end, I don't feel sorry for Kanye with anything that he go on with this woman because he was down to that Dash store stalking, grinning and skinning and grinning. Kim, like all in her face. And Kim is not even all that. Like Kanye, you could have did better. Like you begged to be with this woman. Now you take what you get. Now take your crazy ass on.
And I just feel like if you really want her back, all these stunts and everything that you're doing on social media, it's not the way.
I don't think he really wants her back. I think he's like, because we do have, I don't know about other Geminis, but I do have like, it's not over till I say it's over.
So is it like he just wants revenge or?
I think he probably wanted to be the one probably to break the relationship off. I don't know if it's that, because I know I like to be the break-upper.
Why? Why does it matter?
Because it's just something for me. Like, you're not going to break up with me. Like, no. I'm showing up to y'all's, what happened? Because we're still together. I'm sorry, we're still together until I say we're not together. Sorry.
No, I will disappear on you, bud, and you'll be asking me.
This is the whole thing. I'll be down to think finding you. I would have to find you until I break up with you. Like, you're not breaking up. Like, it better be a mutual decision or my decision. You don't make decisions on your own.
I mean, you got to let loose sometime. You got to let your other side go.
I do, but sometimes. That's how me and my husband go together. We break up when I say it's over. Sorry, no.
I mean, did you really do that in real life? Please tell me.
Yes, I have like no again. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not ready to break up. Like, no. And I want to be the one that breaks up. Like, because the person that breaks up has the power. So I want to be the one
in a way, but you got to let go of that power. But speaking of revenge, we're going to talk about that.
Tasha, let's go on record. I love Tasha K. She is so entertaining. I'm like, but girl, like, I didn't hear her really mention this girl's name, but she did say that, I ain't got it. I don't got the money, whatever again.
Yes, recently I guess in a way, she's been doing interviews, and everybody in their interview has been asking her about the money that she owes Cardi B. And her response was, I ain't got it. And now she's selling I ain't got it t-shirts on her YouTube.
See, and it's a slap in Cardi's face. Cardi, she don't understand what she's dealing with.
She don't have the money to fight Cardi B. I would just try to quit while I was behind, because not only did you're making I ain't got it t-shirts, the people are saying that you're assets, you're hiding money, and that you still have the videos
that's
about Cardi B. I don't know. I believe she took them off of YouTube and they're now on her Patreon.
Wow.
So now that the videos are still up and they're still being seen, she's still, I guess,
making money off it. Yeah.
Off of these videos, Cardi B has made an injunction to try to get Tasha K's page taken down, her YouTube page.
Was she trying to get the page taken down? Is that what it was?
She wants the page taken down.
Because I thought that she wanted her muted. Like, don't like a gag. Like, don't mention me. Like, take down my
Well, she's sent a gag order and a cease and desist, but Tasha K didn't respond to those. That's why they went to court.
Yeah, I understood that, but like now the judge, but they said Tasha K did say she's not taking down those videos until the white man tells me to take it down. Like,
they should have been told her to take them down. In my
opinion, they should. And this is, I'm saying, blame the court system. They should have initially, if she won the case and they gave her the $4 million settlement, it should have been in line with take those videos down. Now you're ordered to take those videos down as well.
I do agree with some people's opinion in saying that it was very unfair for them to charge her $4 million, knowing good and well she don't make $4 million.
I don't think so. If you get up there and you say that you're this, you're that, and you have this, a lot of times you put your foot in your own mouth.
I don't think it fit the crime personally. I can see 1 million. I can see 1 million as being, to me, that's still a lot of money.
No, but as a celebrity, it does fit the crime. Like, because they're factoring her legal fees. Like now that we wasted time in court when you could have just took the videos down when I sent you the first cease and desist. Now I gotta get a team of lawyers. I'm Cardi B, so I'm gonna have the best lawyers. So my legal team is gonna cost about $1.5 million. So now you're going to owe me that $1.5 million. And on top of that, you were profiting and skyrocketing your channels on a defamation of me, and which was something that was not even true. And if you say that I got the H, how do you know this could defame my business? This is my livelihood. Because I know if I was like a photographer or something and they said that she had the H, I don't want that hoe on my set. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of people, let's be clear, it's a lot of people in the industry that have STI.
Right, but it's a difference when you know. There's a totally difference when you know and you don't know. People do get treated differently.
Sure, but same thing happened to Usher. Usher still was able to book
because he's still backsliding across stages. Because I'm like,
I mean, Usher, what he did was pay off his people quietly, and that story left.
Because I'm like bumpy race. You still backsliding and spinning.
He trying to make y'all forget about that story, but Tasha K broke that story too.
Yeah, but she did break a lot of stuff. Like, we got to give the woman
credit. She did break a lot of stories, so I'm not gonna say that she didn't break a lot of stories. She broke.
I think she single-handedly took down R. Kelly.
She did a whole bunch of R. Kelly stuff.
Like, cause I started watching her on R. Kelly. Like, ooh.
And I think she's a good interviewer. I just feel like I don't think it's worth it to risk it all for Cardi B.
Right. I think she should just take it down because she does, like, she's very entertaining. She acts, she knows how to interview. She knows how to, grab in the person that she's interviewing and make them feel, because she be leaning in like, yeah, and such and such. As soon as they leave, like, but she gets them in. Like, she's very in-depth, and then she gets her blink stare. When people are saying stuff that's ignorant, she'll just stare at them like.
And she knows the right questions to ask. And I think lately her interviews, she's been interviewing people that I just don't know, because I think I'm getting old.
Well, she interviewed that Ashanti, the Boys to Men mistress. Now that was a good interview. That was good for me, because that was tea like from back in the day. Tea.
But why are we interviewing mistresses like we don't know what they was doing back in the day? We knew what they was doing, especially when they was on tour and all of that.
But I think it was more so that this was a little different, because she was a 9-year mistress and she was a spiritual wife.
Yes, I heard about that, and that according to what I heard is that he was part of a not religion, but culture.
No, it's the Israelites, like the Black Israelites.
Where you can have multiple wives. So.
But he wasn't a Black. But they were saying, like, according to the interview, like he was a Black Israelite with her. He lived a life with his spiritual wife as a Black Israelite, but with his wife had no idea. Mm-hmm. I don't know if she knew about his religion or if his, him being an Israelite, but she didn't know there was other women. Like, I didn't know that you have another whole spiritual wife on the side, and we got papers.
But you were a spiritual wife. You're not the wife.
Right. And she said she didn't care. She said at the time she didn't care, and she said that she was supporting him. It was I was supporting him for me. Like, like he really didn't have it. Like, she was a big video vixen at the time, and she was booked and had her businesses.
And she was hoeing too. That wasn't the only person she was with.
Yeah.
I promise you.
It was a lot. So I was like, wow, but for you to be with this man for 9 years, girl, I ain't nobody spiritual for 9 seconds. Like,
you gonna let somebody use you for 9 years.
Like,
pick you up when you want to. I'm just not gonna. You have to get to a point where you just decide, I'm not gonna be second. I'm not gonna be the person that when the first person is not acting right.
Yeah, but some people don't mind playing number 2.
Some people like it. I don't personally. I do not. All right, next thing.
I don't like it either.
Okay, we got like 2 more topics real quick. This is breaking news. Nick Cannon.
What? Who he got pregnant?
Nobody, because he really need to probably wrap it up, because his show just got canceled after 6 months.
The God. Oh my God! Thank you.
Exclusive.
Oh my God! If I hear, hey Nick, one more. Thank God.
They said the ratings was so low that they just went on and canceled it.
They should have, because
I need to watch it.
See, Sherry Shepherd, look and be scared, because this is your future.
I think you have a vendetta against Sherry. You don't like Sherry?
I don't like that she took Wendy's job. Like, I like a uppercase P. I don't like a lowercase P.
I've just found it.
All my P's is uppercase.
I just find her questionable, especially with the story that we talked about last week about her not taking care of her adopted child, or the child that you ordered.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, that's so crazy. I knew she was just up to no good ever since that Jamie Foxx episode when she's pop your collars and she was doing that. You was just up to no good.
She was up to no good. So
ever since then, up to no good.
The ratings for the Wendy show have been up, since she's been gone. So while Sherry was on there. So
because it was Wendy's formula. That's the whole thing. Like, girl, but if you step out on your own, you can't use Wendy's formula. You could place anybody in a position. Like, girl, like that. Like, that's Wendy's show. Everything was built. Mm-hmm. Like, everything was there. You just came in and followed her formula, and you were just likable at the time, like, because you wasn't after nobody's job. You just was coming to get booked. You didn't know what was going. You was just Innocencia. Innocencia. Yo no sé. Ay, nada. I don't know nothing. I don't speak any English. That's what she did. She came there and was pulling one of those. That's the tea that she. That's what she was giving. So everybody was like, Sherry. Now they say that. You a permanent? No, you ain't no Wendy hoe. Let's be clear. Like, you, but they give you your own show and your own time. She should get another time slot, probably about 2:00 in the afternoon, or something else. They shouldn't give her that 10 a.m. time slot, that Wendy time slot, because the Wendy fans are going to be mad. Like, 'cause I'm upset about it. And then you're going to say, I want her on the show. Wendy would never.
Actually, Wendy is, I don't think that she's capable of coming back. I feel like if she could have, she would have, to be honest. I just feel like
I don't think she's capable of coming back either. I think it's a wrap for Wendy.
She's going through a lot mentally, physically, emotionally, and she's barely coming out in the public. So how can you be a public figure and you're barely out in the public? We're hearing all these rumors via other people, allegedly, that are around you. We're not hearing anything directly from you. You haven't come on camera.
Well, Kelvin needs to come down to the thing and speak up for, Wendy, because she needs Kelvin in her corner right now. She needs, this is what she needs. Kelvin ain't no good. He ain't no husband, but I think he could keep her together because that's all she knew. And that's all she knows. And I think regardless of what went on between them and him cheating and creeping and having babies and stuff like that, he was her muscle. He is the mouthpiece for her. He's her motivator. I think that, she just probably fell apart. Or I hope they didn't put an old nasty brute on Wendy's legs because.
You said.
Because I'm like, what happened to Wendy's legs? I said, I hope they didn't. Because Wendy.
I think part of it may be karmic. I don't want to say that.
Could be.
It could be a little bit of karmic energy going on. But at the same time, she was an icon. She did a lot of dirt in her heyday, and she did a lot of drugs. And so I think sometimes things just catch up with us. But
and a lot of drug, and then just because she said she was clean, though, because I would think Wendy was drunk. I think Wendy was. I think personally, I think she was drinking or doing something. Like a lot of times on the show, especially coming towards the end, it was a lot before she fainted and stuff. Like it was a lot of weird things. So I don't know if it was health, but I thought she was just tipsy. I was like, "Oh, Wendy's hitting the source." That's what I thought personally. But
Wendy was looking really jank, like really weird. She was acting weird. She didn't know anything.
Right, because I thought it was going to become the Wendy and the Norman show because the way Norman was, with his sunshiny teeth, he was just, he had to really reiterate and give her cues. So I hope she gets better though.
I wish her all the best.
Shame on you for even mentioning that. Oh yeah, I would like Wendy to be a guest on my show. Wendy would never, and you know better to even say that. You knew better.
I don't think Wendy would either, but I think Sherry was showing her personality that she's put forth for y'all to see.
And I think it came off as shady to me because, if anybody's to know Wendy ain't doing that. Wendy's not going to come on a show that was hers and sit up there and be a guest on a show that was hers. This about Wendy. If anybody been watching Wendy, I've been listening to Wendy since the 90s, radio when she went to Boston. She's not that type of person. She's not going to come and sit up there with you and Kiki on her show. So why would you even say that?
I think she was trying to look nice for the people, but at the same time, Sherry just stepped in when Wendy was sick. She did not take her job. If I'm filling in for somebody, I'm not taking their job. And if they offer me the job, I'm gonna take it if they pay.
Yeah, I don't think we know that she didn't take Wendy's job, but it's just a feeling of it. We're used to seeing Wendy. We love Wendy. We don't want Wendy to be replaced. I wish that Wendy had went out on a better note. I wish that happened, and maybe she could have passed the crown down to someone else or had a successor or something to that magnitude. But Sherry she just seems very sneaky to me. And then those breasts, I
just need for her to take care of all of her kids. And
then what she did with her kids, you're not to be trusted.
Just take care of your children.
That poor child did not ask to be there. You was chasing up behind that man that looked like a lobster. You was behind him trying to get with him, trying to get a baby, going down to the surrogate's coochie, getting a child. And now that the child's here, you don't want nothing to do with it. No, you're gonna pay like you weigh little P. You're gonna pay.
But wishing her all the best. Her show is supposed to start in December. Not December, September.
I'm not watching.
I stopped watching Wendy's show a while ago.
Yeah, me too. Every time I see them on my DVR, I just be passing by them like. Psst.
Okay, so there's one last thing I want to show, and make sure y'all follow my Instagram page, Shadier Room.
Yes, please, because you keep me cracking up with these videos.
I posted something like a few minutes before we went live. So I'm gonna give y'all the backstory before. Have you seen it yet, Mace?
No, I didn't watch it. I saw it up, but I didn't watch it fully because I was like, you probably going to have it on here.
Right. So I posted it so I could have it available.
Mm-hmm.
So Young Jack has a morning show here in Atlanta called whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called, but he has a morning show.
Yeah.
In his morning show, he has a segment called Second Date Update. In this segment is where someone went out on a date with somebody and they were ghosted, and they're trying to call and find out what happened and why they got ghosted. So this guy calls into the radio station saying that he went out on a date with his girl that he'd been dating for 6 months, and she disappeared and she stopped calling, and he don't know why. So he called the radio station, and this is what happened. This happened this morning, and I was in the car like with my mouth open like, wow. Okay, let me play it. All right, so since I gave y'all the backstory, that's where the video starts. Okay.
Marie, what's going on? I mean, what's really going on?
You know, since we on the platform and you really want to know what's going on.
I do. Yes, I want to know exactly what's going on. I messaged you a few times since we hung out. No response.
Did he cheat, Marie? Did he cheat?
No, he didn't cheat. Well, he was at the kickback, and you and your homeboy was in the kitchen talking y'all big boy gangster talk. Do you recall what y'all was talking about? A situation that happened in July 2020.
Not really.
Y'all was talking big boy talk. Y'all was talking the gangster talk, but y'all did. So you don't recall what y'all was talking about at the kickback?
Yeah. No, I mean, enlighten me, Marie.
What was they talking about? What were they talking about?
So July 2020, they was talking about that they robbed the guy and they shot and killed him. You don't remember that, Don? Y'all was at the gas station.
Hang up.
And y'all shot and killed. You remember that?
Listen, Marie, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that was my brother that you was talking about.
Oh.
The guy that you shot and killed, that was my brother.
He was like, yo.
Hello?
He hung up the phone. Ain't no thanking. That sounds some serious accusations. Are you sure? I mean, I don't want to question. I don't want to question because we all calling you.
I'm positive. They was talking about the gas station that they was at and everything. How many times they shot him, and just laughing and joking about the situation. And the whole time I'm putting pieces together, like, hold on. They talking about my brother. And we haven't even found the people that killed him. So now knowing that it was them, this is why I didn't want to talk about it on the radio. But I understand the platform is on. But I'm
okay. So that's the end of the video.
How are you murdering, calling record state?
You big bad and gangster. You killing people and you calling the radio station because you got
to find out why you got ghosted and use a whole murderer.
There's so many things wrong with this, but to give y'all more backstory, because the video didn't air the whole conversation. She hasn't gone to the police yet because she likes the guy. She said she's been dating him for 6 months, and she's been going back and forth with it, and she really liked him, but she found out at the party that he killed her brother. Me, if I don't care how much I liked you,
right?
Out that you actually killed my brother.
See, this was supposed to be. See, she was supposed to pull a Dominique Devereaux and Harlem Nights, but successfully. She was supposed to get the. I'm not going to even incriminate, but she was supposed to do some things because she had opportunity to do some things, because he was somebody who she was liking, and after she found out that he, her brother, like,
my thing is, maybe she was thinking about her safety. Maybe she was thinking that if I tell who it is, they're gonna probably come after me or my family because they know who I am now.
Right. Right.
At this point, since you already done put it on the radio, you might as well go to court and testify that you heard at the kickback that they was bragging about it.
Yeah, because what does she think is going to happen after this? Especially if this is an open murder investigation. Do not think that police officers, detectives, they not listening to them radios, and now they're going to put 2 and 2 together. They detectives, they detect shit. So they're going to put 2 and 2 together and figure out who you're talking about. Gas station murders, shot multiple times. They're going to put all these, because I got all these clues from just listening to her.
Great.
So if I got orders from just listening to you on the radio, imagine a detective that's out there that has the resources to really investigate this.
The police
they're going to find out who your brother is in a second. They're going to find out who you were dating for the past 6 months, and they're going to come and arrest him.
And they're going to get you for not telling. Like if you don't tell. Because now you got information on who might have killed your brother. You should have been told the police. But also, besides her thinking of her safety, I also thought that maybe she grew up in a more street atmosphere where you just don't tell the police. You don't.
But if you're not going to tell the police when it comes to your brother, like I said, she had a space and opportunity to handle the business herself. Because you had the man to whereas he's liking you, he called in the radio station trying to find out where your coochie at, girl. So you was supposed to pull an old Dominique Devereaux, have that little 20 deuce underneath the thing and do the thing, and then, get rid of the thing, and then, he be just disappeared. Like, but you got, oh man,
she had the opportunity. Like you said, if she wanted to do something street, she could have. But you're just ghosting him. You're not answering. You didn't even block him because you're still probably thinking about going back to him. But you're conflicted on, what your next step is. But yeah, that was crazy. And you better believe the police are listening because I listen to this morning show every morning just for the ratchet part. After that, I just listen for the ratchet part.
Yeah, and it's like people think that police officers, detectives are not. They're regular people. They like the ratchet just like us. They like that just like us. They're listening to the same thing. They're watching the same things we're watching. They could be on here. They're watching the same things that we're watching. And that's really like gas station, shot multiple times. Young black male, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So putting that together and finding out, all we got to do is find out who the hell you were.
Not only that, you was bragging allegedly at this party in front of a group of people. So ain't no telling who else heard.
And this is going to be a whole line of snitching. It's going to be snitching at its finest. Because
is it snitching when somebody kills your brother?
No, I'm not talking about her snitching. I'm saying whoever he was speaking to, because if he was speaking openly about that type of situation in front of her, you understand? So imagine who else he told.
Yeah, they were bragging about it. So for you to kill somebody, rob them, and just brag about it at a social gathering where it's a whole bunch of people, y'all, he probably said where he did it. She said that they said how many times he was shot.
Right.
And, where it happened, when it happened, and you're bragging about it. To me, that's just horrible. And then you go snitch on yourself.
It's horrible that she sat on the line and she took the call on the line. Like, girl, either you was going to do something or just shut up. Like, either you was going to handle your business or just shut the hell up and don't say nothing. Girl, I didn't even get it.
She didn't want to take it at first. She was like, I don't want to talk about it, but they kept asking her what was going on. So she finally said what happened. But it's not looking good to me either.
This is just dumb at its finest. This is like betrayal at its finest. Like her brother's probably rolling around in his grave. Like after you find out, you talking about you still, I liked him. I don't know. After you find, I don't care how much I liked you. We could be married. If I found out you killed my brother.
And she was so calm. And she was like, well, yeah, the guy that you was talking about is my brother. I wouldn't be calm because especially about my sibling,
Yeah, like
maybe there wasn't, I don't know how close they was, but at the same time, that
even if we are not close, like even like because my mother had 6 kids and she didn't raise like us, so we're not as close as we should be. Like, but it's still, if I found out you killed my sibling, like Like, no, I don't care. Like, no.
It's unfortunate, but I mean, it couldn't be me. It could definitely not be me. But yeah, his morning show, in the second date update, it gets real. It's a lot of different scenarios that come up, and that was actually, real. That was a real moment.
Yeah.
I got one more thing I want to talk about before we close.
What's on that laid
and
out?
Then we're gonna do the benediction.
Not the benediction.
I put the link in the chat, so the doors of the church are open.
Yes.
So I put the link in there before this honey jet start kicking in. I want to talk about your favorite artist, K Michelle.
Oh my God, K, not K.
I want to talk about K Michelle and her desperate attempt at stardom. Let me see. I'm not gonna play. The music is probably copyrighted, but
yeah. What is she doing?
She's sitting down because she can't stand because she's getting multiple surgeries, and she's just flashing the audience at her latest show. And a lot of y'all think this is cute, but to me,
this is not. Oh my God, she looks just like one of my friends. I swear to God. But
she really doesn't even look like herself. Have you seen her lately? Like,
she does look like she's changing into something. I don't know exactly what, but she's definitely morphing. But
into what, I wonder?
I don't know. We won't find out to the end result. Like when they start the initial morph, it may take like 5 years for it to have end result, and then you get a definitive what it is, and try to figure out what type of animal this is. Like, what is it?
Well, she needs to stop here. I thought she removed a lot of the stuff, but it looks like she hasn't, because she's still looking round.
I think she's just. I think she's probably putting her own fat in it, and not the thing, because this is obviously a mental.
Doesn't have any fat.
But this is a mental thing with her. Because this has to be like, that's from my opinion. I think it's really mental. Like some people need that attention, like for you to put all that stuff in your butt, like girl, like that's a lot.
I just feel like K Michelle is talented. However, I feel like you lessen your brand when you do stuff like this. When you
this is the thing. Do you want to be taken seriously? Like, well, she's going to be down to the marriage boot camp house. So
I hate that show because once again, you put all these people who want to be seen together, and a lot of those relationships are also fake and manufactured.
You're like Rich Dollars and that girl, like Mariah Lynn.
First of all, you wouldn't even claim Mariah Lynn on your own show, and you're
right. Like you was just on the retreat, the family reunion. You ain't mentioned Mariah.
You wasn't even with her. So a lot of and Fizz and April went on there knowing at the time that they were not in a real relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
a lot of fake going on. But K Michelle's been with this doctor person. I think, what is he, a dentist? For a minute. Like this has been her.
Who, K Michelle?
Yeah.
She's going with the dentist.
I believe she's been with this man for a while. Ever since she was on when she was doing that pedals and place and
teeth.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, don't. I believe he's a dentist. He's a lighter skinned gentleman, and he was a dentist. Remember, she was saying she wanted to get pregnant with twins, and she was telling the guy was there. The guy, this is the same guy that. So I was like, she's been with him for a while,
But hopefully she gets all that fix a flat off of her.
Yeah, get it off it. But she got this. She got
show on Lifetime about botched surgeries.
Yeah, I watched a couple of episodes. It's very it's sad. I find it very sad. It's sad. Like how because a lot of things do you if you want to have surgery to enhance something, even if you want to put something on that people may not think, well, that's your body, you got to live with it, but just try to be safe as possible. Right. And to have all that stuff, and you see what she's going through trying to get that thing out, and she has the money. And a lot of these women are going to these underground surgeries, and it's a lot because I know when a lot of my friends, a lot of them transsexual, if they would go down to a lady in the basement and get it done because they had no other choice. And this was a lot of times, this is how they made their money.
And a lot of girls back in the day used to get them done like
Yeah, they used to get in their face to look more feminine, like to get the
cheeks.
The cheeks put in to make them like this was like probably in the late 90s, early 2000. They would put the in the cheeks to make them look more feminine, more soft. But then later on, it would just
harden up and
become round. It would initially look good for the first 3 weeks, like, girl, what you did? And then next time you looking like, Pinocchio, what happened?
And then you can't get that stuff off, and you end up disfiguring yourself. And life
it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth it with all these butts. Like, go get a butt pad. Amazon got them for $11.99. You know, you get the one, and then you can just put extra stuff in. You know, you can shape it up. You know, but just don't try to. You know, trying to be. If you're going to alter your body, just try to be safe about it. Try to go to a reputable person, like somebody who's a professional. Don't go in, because the way her butt was up, like, it didn't for it to fall down on live, and now
it collapsed on live.
Yeah, it's like the skin fell, like, so it just looks like your butt collapsed. So that's forever gonna live on in infamy. Like, oh my God, her butt deflated on live, you know. And you trying to explain, like, no, it wasn't deflation, it was the skin. Like, but girl, at this point, deflation. Like,
why was you popping though? And you know you just had surgery.
So. Why was you flashing them people? Like, nobody did not want to see your little tatas. Like, girl, don't.
Maybe she was feeling herself, but
I think you're a little bit too old to be doing that. And then you talk about you want a child or whatever, and then you have your older son, like her son, like come on now, like the children are watching. That's all I gotta say. The children are watching.
They are watching. They're gonna follow what you do.
That's why the children are watching. And sometimes you want to have fun and stuff, but you got to be mindful. The children are watching.
They're always watching. So I wish her the best. You know, I do like Kay, and I do enjoy.
Yeah, she's very talented. And I want to hear a country album because I like country music.
I don't even know. Like, I think last I heard she was working on R&B, because I don't know if she scratched that country project. But
I think that's something like she's going to eventually do. Even if she don't do it right now, she's probably going to go where the money is at, like probably right now. I think the country is like something that's dear to her heart because she always talks about it.
Yeah, just go ahead and do you, and somebody like it. That's my logo. Somebody like it.
Mm-hmm. But it ain't me. But
so, May's closing. Do you have anything else you want to have to say about what we talked about tonight, or?
No, I think we just got into a lot of stuff. We really got into it tonight, and I want to thank everybody who's here in the live and that's in the chat for coming, sitting with us, laughing with us. And I would implore you to please subscribe to our channel. Mm-hmm. Please subscribe, hit the like button. We trying to get monetized. We trying to get the numbers up. And you can follow me down on Instagram at Mace_Moreau and turning hoes into housewife and Mace_Cooks.
And y'all can follow me on Shady Room on Instagram. And I want to give special shout outs to the people that I saw in the chats. Nola, Jazzy Cuteness. And thank y'all for coming.
Yes.
And I saw also, hold on, Make It Make Sense in the chat. Thank you for coming by, offering your opinion on what we was talking about tonight. I really appreciate all of y'all. And I hope to see y'all next time. I will try to get this banner up ahead of time because I posted the banner like an hour before we went live, so everybody probably didn't know. But hopefully y'all catch the
replay. Hit those likes for us, and we really do love you guys and appreciate you guys.
We love y'all. This is Let's Get Into It. I'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.